All right, welcome to the DQ Files. My name's Jim, and I'll be your host for this series. Today, we're going to talk about polygraph disclosures, new disclosures on your polygraph that you didn't tell your background investigator. Before we get started, a disclaimer on this series of videos that we're going to be making over the next several weeks. The DQ Files talks about actual disqualifications in the background process. Things that have happened to applicants that resulted in their disqualification from the process. However, we will never, ever disclose a real applicant's name or the police department that we're referring to. This will always be a fake name police department, a fake name applicant, and that's to protect those people involved. Also, multiple people have done this same exact thing. This is not just a one-time occurrence. This has happened multiple times. And in this case, regarding polygraph new disclosures, this has happened literally out of the 1,000 backgrounds I've done. It's literally happened 100 times. And I make a disclosure at the beginning of the process to these people. You shouldn't be telling them anything you haven't told me. So let's dig down deep into this one. Here we go. When you fill out your personal history statement, your pre-investigative questionnaire, you start the background investigation process, right? You fill out these forms. Okay, these are 26-page documents, 30-page documents. These have a million questions. They're asking all kinds of things about your life history, drug use, employment history, relatives, you name it, education. It's got it all on here, okay? So with me, as your investigator, I get this document and I look over it and I say, okay, collectively, I get all the information. I set up an appointment with you. We do a preliminary interview. I like to get a preliminary interview out of the way by phone or by Zoom or in person sometimes. But really, I just want to get the basic, get you locked into these questions, get you locked into the answers and the questions that they're related to before you go to your polygraph. Okay. I'm going to tell you that it's okay if there's new disclosures during our interview. It's okay. Unless you're going to tell me you got bodies buried in Barstow, it's not a big deal. And if you do have bodies buried in Barstow, I'm going to need a map. Anyways, you're not going to tell me anything horrific. Okay. If you were afraid to disclose it, it's your first time through this process. It's not a big deal. Okay. You forget things, but we're going to lock you into those answers during our interview, during our preliminary interview. We want to make sure that we have 100% accuracy. We're trying to tell your story. Okay. We're trying to lock you in on stuff and get it down on record for the police department that you're applying to work for. I'm going to tell you, okay, this is it. If you remember anything within the next 5 days before your polygraph, okay, if you remember something and you think we should know about it, we need to put it on the record. Send me an email. It's not a big deal. Send me an email. Hey, Jim, I forgot to tell you about that one time that me and Bobby did a beer run on the way to Vegas. Whatever it is, not a big deal. Okay, we're going to get it on the record. We're going to get everything locked in before that polygraph. Then you go to your polygraph. Okay, what I tell the applicant is what you tell them should pretty consistently marry up with what you've told me already. What you've already written down in multiple forms, we've told me verbally, should marry up pretty consistently with what you're going to tell the polygraph person, the examiner. The examiner is going to have you fill out a questionnaire too. They have their own questionnaire, pretty much the same as what you've already filled out. So the answers are going to be pretty consistently the same. What happens though, okay, people go to the polygraph and they get strapped into this crazy machine and they have a come to Jesus moment and they say, oh my God, they're going to know. They're going to know about that one time that I did cocaine at work. Okay. And so you make a new disclosure, or you show a response during the polygraph, and at the end of it, is there something you should tell us? And you make another new disclosure. And they lock you in and have you write it down. And guess who gets to read that document? Guess who gets to see that polygraph report? I do. And I'm going to look at that and I'm going to compare it to my notes. I'm going to compare it to the forms you submitted for the process. And I'm going to see that there's a discrepancy. And guess what? That's a problem, right? Because this process is all about ethics, right? We are ethical people in the police and fire world. In typically any professional organization, we are looking for ethics, right? We want people that are going to tell the truth. We don't want liars. So if you lied to me by providing new disclosures to your polygraph, essentially you left stuff out. So you lied to me. You told me there was no new information. You told me that you used cocaine once 5 years ago in high school. You told the polygraph person that you did it 10 times in college. Last time, last year. Problem, okay? That is going to get you disqualified faster than anything in this process. Lying. You lie, you die. This profession means everything about telling the truth. If we don't tell the truth, who's going to? Okay? If we stop and arrest somebody and we make up a bunch of facts, and yes, it's happened because we've seen it in the media, but if we're that person, guess what? Now we're going to go to jail because we're lying on police reports. We're going to lose our career. We're going to lose our pension. We're going to lose this great amount of money and this incredible opportunity that we have to serve mankind. We're going to lose all that, all of it, because we lied. So our job as background investigators is we want to make sure we're getting the best candidates. We want to make sure that you're going to tell us the truth, even the hard stuff. Some of the stuff you don't want to talk about, I don't want to ask. I don't want to talk about your sexual history. I don't want to talk about you and your first girlfriend doing it in the car when you were in high school. I don't. But guess what? It's a question on the forms. And why is it a question on the forms? Because it has to do with illegal activity. Okay? Having sex in public in your car, regardless if it's secluded or not, is a crime. Is it the end of the world? No, it's not. It happened several years ago. It happened a couple of years ago. It happens infrequently. It's not like you're an exhibitionist doing it in Stater Brothers parking lot in the middle of the day. Okay? It's not that. It's how we're looking at all these things. We're looking at the growth. We're looking at where you started as a young person and how you've matured now into adulthood, right? You've gotten your first job or second job or third job, and you're doing well in those environments, and you're no longer partying and drinking every weekend and passing out drunk and using drugs. You've gotten away from that activity, and that's okay. It's okay that you had that activity. People often think, oh, I can't tell them that because that's going to be the end of the world. It's going to get me disqualified. Lying is going to get you disqualified. Nothing else. Okay. Like I said, major crimes, things that, bodies buried in bar stove. Yeah, that's probably going to get you disqualified every time. Okay. But there's no need to lie about having sex in a car. There's no need to lie about doing a balloon of nitrous oxide at a party 5 or 10 years ago. There's no need to lie about shoplifting at Target. There's no need to lie about any of that stuff. We're showing growth and progression because guess what? We're all human. We all make mistakes. Okay. And at the end of the day, all we're looking to do is show that progression. We're showing this growth as a person. Okay. And we're going to put this all down on the record. And we want consistency. We want you to tell the truth. We catch you in a lie, you die. Okay. One of your references tells us something different. Somebody else comes out of the woodwork and says, oh, I can't believe this guy's trying to get this job. They bet you they don't know about this. Guess what? You're getting disqualified. Okay. So new disclosures on the polygraph are going to get you disqualified every single time. If you tell them something you didn't tell me, problem. Okay. Big problem. And guess what it's going to result in? It's called a permanent DQ, permanently disqualified. You cannot apply to this police department ever again. ever. So let's just say this is Main Street PD and you grew up in this place, right? You love this town. You want to give back. You want to serve, the place where you went to high school and grew up with your parents, and everybody's going to be so proud of you to see that you're a Main Street police officer. Guess what? If you lie during your polygraph, if you lie anywhere during this process, more than likely that's going to result in a permanent hard DQ, which means a permanent disqualification. You can never, ever apply to this police department again. If you apply to them, they'll have it on record and they'll go, oh, no, sorry, you can no longer apply here. You're permanently disqualified from application process. That's bad, right? Nobody wants to be permanently banned from some place. Let's just say that you somehow finagled your way to get a job after lying during a background investigation. Doubtful, but let's just say maybe, okay? You lied during your polygraph, a couple years go by, you get on with some other little podunk PD, and all of a sudden, you know what? I'm going to go back to Main Street. I want to work at Main Street PD. And I'm going to put in my application because now I'm a police officer and I've done a really good job the last couple of years. And even though I was a liar back then, I'm not a liar now. Okay? Can't do it. They're not going to take you. Permanent hard DQ just means just that. Okay? So at the end of the day, don't be that person. And if you want more help and you want more tips regarding their background process, guess what? I'm your guy. Okay, backgroundprep.com is a website that I use to schedule free consultations for you, get you through the background process. We'll help you fill out your forms. We'll help you with your interview skills. We'll help you with anything that you need to get you through and be successful. That's our goal, is to make you successful. So backgroundprep.com, check us out. And for everyone out there, please subscribe and like our channel. Send your comments. I'm happy to answer anything. I'm happy to help. That's why I'm making this series of videos, is because I want to help and I want to see people be successful through these processes. I've seen so many negative things come across my desk in the last 10 years of being a background investigator. I want to help you be successful. This is a scary process. This is hard. You have no idea what to expect. Okay? I'm your guy. I'm going to help you get through this. Like and subscribe. I'll see you on the next one.